Welcome back to Mostly Thriving.
Where to the world it may look like we're thriving, but really we're just
Mostly
thriving.
If you guys have ever wondered what it is like to be an influencer, you are in for a treat because yesterday, for the entire day, every hour, minute, second of the day, I kept a journal of all the things I did because I felt like yesterday was a very good depiction of what my life looks like. And I feel like people watch you online as an influencer, and it's like the first layer of the onion. And then there's like 20 other things that are going on that people have no idea that I dealt with that day. And I just thought it would be really interesting to give a little glimpse in.
Yeah, you've got them on the edge of their seats now, I believe.
I don't even know that you fully comprehend what I do all day. Or the amount of different tasks. So I'm interested. That's fair. I'm interested to hear like your thoughts on it too.
I think that's fair. I think that in general, unless you're in it,
yeah,
then nobody really knows.
Yeah.
Because even like being a veterinarian, people have an idea. But even yesterday I was sitting at my desk because I was thinking about the episode that I did that way. And I was like, oh, I never even talked about this. Like,
right.
Sitting down and calling clients. Like there's just so much behind the scenes that people don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah. If you missed it, we did an episode. It was like a few episodes ago where we did a day in the life of TJ, who's a veterinarian. And so we went like pretty much through like your cases of that day. It was just like really interesting. So we thought, we never gave you what we told you we would do both, and we never did. So,
but first,
yeah,
I read this story today.
Okay.
My little news article that I get every day.
I was going to ask you if you had another tidbit.
I have another tidbit.
Okay.
Last time we talked about the most deadly animals.
Yeah.
Spoiler, it's the mosquito.
Yeah.
Vicious little buggers. Today, I read this story about this woman being evicted from her $1.8 million house in Massachusetts. And it must have been like a friend of hers or somebody was a beekeeper. And when they came to evict her, the beekeeper shows up with a truck full of bees and unleashed the bees.
In the house?
No, on like the police that were in like the driveway.
Oh, like her friend came to rescue her?
I'm not really sure. I'm just like, you got to dig into this yourself. All I know is that somebody threw a temper tantrum to the max level.
Wow.
And unleashed bees on somebody.
Wasn't bees on the most deadly list?
All I'm thinking of is bees in the trap.
Yeah, bees in the... Why was she being evicted? Why are you telling me this?
It was on my thing.
Okay.
It was on my thing, and I thought, wow, what a petty way to go down, basically.
Yeah.
You're going to get evicted? Try to evict me. Have these bees. Catch some honey.
You know what I wish we could do? I've thought about this a couple of times because I like listening to like morning like talk shows and stuff, like Mojo in the Morning and all that.
Yes.
I wish we had like callers and I could be like, tell me like the most petty thing you've ever done. Like I would just love to hear. Yeah. I love hearing people's stories.
People do lives. People do podcasts live.
Yeah.
Like you do them on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Josie.
I just think hearing people's stories is so fun. Like, I just love when people tell me stories.
Do a live recording.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. We'd get like 3 people to listen.
Well, let's do a little life update from last week, and then I'll give you my breakdown.
Yeah, life update from last week. Let me recap. Oh, I worked 5 days last week at the clinic, which isn't that bad, the working 5 days, but when you are owning and working 5 days straight, it's a grueling 5 days.
Yeah.
Every animal.
Explain, like, people that don't know what you do.
So I'm a veterinarian. I own a veterinary hospital. I co-own with my business partner. And she took a vacation last week. Much needed. We both take time off. And it just landed on a very busy week. And at the end of the day, I usually work about 3.5 to 4 days a week, meaning I see appointments 3.5 to 4 days a week. Last week, I saw appointments 5 days, and it happened to be a busy week. One day we had like 12 urgent cares in the day.
Yeah.
on top of our fully booked appointments, on top of clients calling, on top of like just normal business things that are happening. And so it was just a very busy week for me, but really proud of the staff, and we handled it very well. I thought it was great.
Was it Monday? I feel like last week was like such a blur, but was Monday the day that you had to stay late for surgery?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We had one come in at 4:15. It was
Yeah.
a surgery from the previous week, and the dog had a big mass removed, like an incision like this big. And it had been open all weekend.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that picture you showed me, it was huge.
they just decided Monday at 4:15 was the time to do this.
Yeah.
And they brought the dog in, and it was so bad that it was just like, this cannot wait for the morning. And I don't know if I have time to do this tomorrow. So staff stayed a little late, and we stitched that baby back up.
Yeah.
I rechecked it. I think it's still holding together. So
Yeah, that's good. We also, something that's been so fun, and it's like we're in this new season, is AJ is playing ice hockey, like on an official team, and it is like fully roaring. And what I think is so funny about it, and I was talking to some of the other parents about this, AJ's 5, okay? So he's playing 6U hockey. It's not serious. Like I mean, it's serious, but like,
as the assistant coach, it is very serious.
I'm not saying it's not serious, but guys, they're there at the rink 3 days a week. They're 5 years old.
We out here training.
And it's like travel. Like, I'm so down for it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love going and being at the
like
rink and all of
45
that.
minutes travel
That's
to an hour.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. He has practice on Tuesdays, and then he has games on Saturdays and Sundays. And
Sometimes. It has been most Saturdays and Sundays. It was
Yes.
supposed to be 2 days a week, but it does seem like it's slowly just somehow they snuck in that, oh, yeah, it's
Add another
usually
one.
Sundays.
Just add another
too.
one. But it's just so funny to watch. Funny, I say funny. It's incredible to watch him. Like, he has never loved something more in his life. And he's doing it with some of his like great friends that he's known. And it's just, I just love watching him have a passion that's his.
It's really fun watching how fast kids progress and learn things.
It is.
When we look at AJ skating and his friends skating a year ago, they weren't.
Yeah.
They
could like
could
hardly
not
stand
skate.
up.
And now they're playing full-on half-rink hockey games in full gear, and some playing goalie. Like, it's incredible.
He's honestly like really fast. He's gotten so much better at just like stick handling, and like, it's just so exciting.
I do love how fearless he
It's
is
so
too out
fun.
there. He has no fear out there.
Yeah. And Jordan loves going. Our 2-year-old thinks it's like the most fun thing ever. It's so great.
It is a challenge that I'm finding, is that all of these kids are so into sports now, and they watch them professionally, like the professionals. And like, you know, in hockey, it's a little rugged out there. And you get knocked down, you might get up and slug the guy in the head.
In the NHL.
In the NHL.
But
Not in 6U.
But AJ is.
But AJ has a hard time differentiating the NHL versus 6U.
I mean, I will
Nowhere-
say I saw some other kids. There were some cross checks.
For sure. For sure. He's not the only one. And I'm not worried about AJ like slugging a kid off the ice or something, or like getting physical with a kid off the ice. I think he's the sweetest person in the world. He is the sweetest little boy. But I watched a kid AJ fell, the kid fell. The kid slashed him with a stick. AJ popped him in the head. And on the bench, I'm like, AJ, if you do that again, you're out of the game.
They just don't know.
They don't know.
Because he just watches hockey all day, every day. That's all he sees.
I know.
But it's so cute to
It
watch
is.
them.
The
Even
punch
like,
in the head is not cute.
no, but even like him and Harper, his friend from forever, who's on the team, like everybody's out there warming up, and they're like in the corner, like doing their glute stretches. Like they're ramping up
Yeah.
for the game.
You know, 6U glutes get a little tight.
It's just funny to me. But anyways, so that's what our life has been filled with. I went to Arizona for a work trip, which was really great and made me want to go there with our family so bad. Like it was just so fun. And like the resorts there and the pools, like I just think the boys would have a blast.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we could share a little bit this weekend. We surprised TJ's dad, and he just retired at the beginning of the year. And so we rented a limo, and we coordinated with like his mom and his sister, and we went out in Detroit, and
A night on the town.
it was fun.
We had a wonderful dinner.
Oh my gosh, we went to London
Top
Chop
notch.
House. If you guys have never been there,
In
it
Detroit.
is. I don't even know how I didn't know. Like, I've heard of it, but I didn't know it was the vibes that it is. It is like the most like old money. It's like
It felt like you were on a ship, maybe.
when I said that, you all made fun of me.
No. You said you felt like you were on the Titanic.
How is that different?
Well,
I
for
literally
starters,
said
the
that.
Titanic is at the bottom of the ocean. But
But how I would imagine that life. Those
I
people.
think that the Titanic was probably a little more tacky. This was like
It was
high
very
class
fine.
nautical.
High class nautical, and it had like it had a singer, but like you couldn't understand her, but it was the most beautiful music. I don't even know
And
what she was singing.
Not throwing any shade to those singers
no.
that like that do this music. So the music is like soft piano, a bass, not a electric bass, but just like a stand up bass, and then just a little snare drum and a cymbal just clanking around back there.
It's really delicate.
Real delicate, and she's just
Doobity-boo-boo-boo.
not even that fast though. Just a little doobity-boo. But
Doobity-boo.
and
Like, yeah,
I had that epiphany during dinner of like,
I could do that.
no, I can't do that. Don't say that. I can't do that. But I do wonder if there are actual words to the song she was singing, or was she just going off the cuff of like she could have just been singing about somebody in the room that she like picked that person on. She's like, he's bald, he's got a nice suit on, but nobody would know. But
Yeah.
it sounded so good. So
I don't know.
I don't think it really matters.
Is it
quite
just
honestly.
jazz music? I don't even know what you call that. Is it just jazz?
I would call the music
It
jazzy.
gave like Gatsby vibes.
I don't know what that is, but I'm just gonna be honest, real honest out here.
Anyways, if you're local, it's so good. It's called scatting.
Scatting?
Our producer just said it's called scatting. She was a great scatter.
Do they scat like quietly and slow? Because I think that's the doobity boop bop boo kind of stuff.
Boop. Anyways,
Slow scat.
It was great.
Slow cat scat.
It was really, really, really good, and the food was amazing.
Yeah.
So 10 out of 10 recommend. And that was really all. We had hockey and we did that.
Yeah. We also have had, I've been having these reoccurring life lessons, which is really wild to me because I've been doing some Bible studies. I've been going to groups like very consistently. And I feel like God is just showing up in ways like repetitively the same way. Like 2 or 3 weeks ago, like my word for this year, and I've never really done that, was listen. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I couldn't remember what my word was for the year. And in the Bible study, it was like very clear to me that, oh yeah, it was listen. And then the theme for that week, reoccurring over and over again in podcasts that I listened to, in Bible, like scripture that I was reading over and over again, I was getting listen. And then this week, my theme has been integrity. And we did an integrity thing. I was listening to an Andy Stanley podcast, and he was talking about integrity, and it was so good that my dad and my mom listened to Andy Stanley a lot. I called them and said, you have to listen to this on integrity. And then I had a conversation with both of them about integrity, just like a 5 to 10 minute conversation, just kind of like reinforcing it. And then I turn on Couple Things podcast with Sean Johnson and Andrew East, and they were talking about integrity in their marriage. And then we have the Berenstain Bears book at our house, and it was about integrity. And we had a little moment with one of our boys that we were trying to teach integrity to. And it was one of the, honestly, it was a sad, happy, I always say that to AJ when I'm talking to him, like when he's growing, like, you're making me happy sad. Like I want to cry, but I'm happy because it's happening and we're doing good. But we had a happy, sad moment with integrity with one of our boys that just, it clicked.
Yeah.
Of like what integrity is and why it's so important. And I think it's like almost the foundation of everything that we do as a family unit and as a couple. Because without integrity, what do you have?
Yeah. I mean, I think everything is based off of trust. communication, feeling safe.
But like, if you don't trust me and I communicate really well to me, do you even trust that I'm communicating? I could be communicating well, but it's not
I just think
correct.
I mean like with honesty and like with he's back.
The dog is back.
I shut the gate upstairs. I don't even know how I got down here.
Seems like you might not have.
Also, guys,
He
if
has
you
no
listened,
thumbs.
if you listened last week, Diesel has more energy this week than he ever has in his life. He's a spring chicken again, so all is well in Diesel land.
He wears this little GPS little tracker collar because he runs away a lot because he's a bad dog.
He's not a bad dog.
He's a bad boy, but we love him. And we get notifications of his activity, and it said he had a busy week.
Yeah.
Literally, that was he had a busy week. Don't be surprised if he's a little sleepier, and he's
Yeah.
not sleepier.
I want to circle back on the scatting real quick. It
Okay.
says scatting singing is a form of vocal improv in jazz where singers use wordless vocals, nonsense syllables like do, be, do, da to imitate instrumental sounds. And it is a spontaneous, creative, wordless form of expression.
I believe that's what she was doing.
That is exactly what she was doing.
But I think in the middle of your scatting, you can slip in some real life words.
Agreed. Yeah.
Good job to her.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this London Chop House singer,
It was good.
you did good.
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
that derailed your integrity talk. I'm with you, and I do think it's important, and it's something that we want our boys to have.
Yeah, I think it's critical. My mom and dad always preach that to us, and I've always respected the message in the light of them and then also with you and I. But now, like, I knew I wanted to teach that to our boys, but how do you, because sometimes if you pressure even like AJ, like AJ, we don't want to lie about that.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not lying. Like, I'm not. But you don't understand it until you're in it, kind of thing. And it was handled really well, and I'm just proud of everybody in the situation.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
I think it was good.
Yeah. Love those boys.
Should we get into day in the life?
Oh yeah, they've been on the edge of their seat.
So this is day in the life of a social media influencer. I picked yesterday because yesterday was like the most typical day. I would say like my Mondays are usually the busiest when I'm getting the most productivity done. And then the days to follow are kind of like picking up the pieces of what I started Monday. That's typically like how my cycle goes. So I wrote it all down and I'm going to start going through it. And then you just jump in or
I'll
ask.
derail you here and
Just
there.
jump in and ask questions. So I woke up. My alarm was set for 6:50 a.m. And I am not a morning person.
What time did you actually get up?
I got up at about 6:55.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
I do not like getting up early. Like you get up at like 5 o'clock and I cannot even imagine.
I'm not like excited to get up at that time, but once I'm going, I'm up. Like I went to that Orange Theory at 4:55 the other day. Oh my gosh, that was the best day ever.
I mean, I used to do that, I guess, but I just
It
don't.
feels so good. It feels terrible in the moment, but feels so good. Like when 6 a.m. rolls around, 7 a.m. and you've already
You feel like you've lived a whole day.
worked out, showered, ate breakfast, kids are out the door. Like,
Yeah.
bring it on, world.
Yeah.
Bring it on. Anyways,
So,
6:55.
On Mondays, I am the one that takes the boys to school. And how we've always done mornings, I know it's different for like every family, but whoever is like physically taking them to school, the other person's priority is getting the kids ready. So we like alternate. So I was taking them, so you were the one that was getting them ready. So he got home from working out around 7 o'clock. When I got up, I think I had already gotten AJ out of bed or he was coming downstairs or whatever. I went up and got Jordan, and then I got in the shower. So now from 7 to like 7:20, I'm just getting myself ready. You're getting the boys ready. On the other days and when it's flipped, then he's the one doing that. I'm getting the boys ready. And then 7:30 is when we leave for school. Take AJ to school first, then I take Jordan to school. So now it's about 8:15. I went to Starbucks and I wanted to just like get organized. I feel like I admin better when I'm not here. Like when I'm here, there's like too much that I want to jump into. So I like to go and like sit and have my coffee and just like,
That's what you really like.
well, yeah.
You like to sit and get
It's
that
also
coffee.
my only like real social interaction with humans for the whole day because I'm here. Like I don't go to an office and like have a bunch of coworkers and like,
You're at Starbucks just chit-chatting?
no, but I just, the
Hey,
scatting,
Dave,
you know,
thanks.
the
You scat.
No, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The chatter.
Exactly.
It's helpful. So I sent a couple emails. Also, I want to preface this. So I have been very intentional, probably over the last 4 years, that I don't really work a lot on the weekends. Like I'm not really in my emails a lot. I'm not creating content. I'm not doing any of that. So Monday when it comes is like my catch up day. I feel like early in my career on Instagram, I was working 7 days a week. Like every free second that I had, I was responding DMs or pitching brands or in my emails. Like it's hard when it's not like a workplace that it's like 9 to 5 and then we close. Like Instagram is available and will be consumed 24 hours a day, 365. So that can be really challenging and hard to feel like if I stop, I'm going to miss out.
I think in those early years, you were no different than the traditional startup business.
For sure.
Of you have to grind to get the thing off the ground. And until it's off the ground, it's really hard to stop.
Yeah.
And almost necessary to chip away at it every day. And now you've reached the point of a successful, not running itself, but it can run for the weekend without you.
Well, I think not even that it's running on its own, but I didn't feel a deficit like I thought I would by taking days off. Like what I lost, I didn't lose anything, basically.
Right.
I thought that instead of like gaining and keeping momentum that I was going to put myself back, but what I noticed is nothing.
Yeah. It's like when we opened the clinic and we said we're just not open Saturday, never going to be open Sundays, but we're not open Saturdays and we're going to close at 5:00.
Yeah.
Traditional business people thought that was nuts.
Yeah. I mean, it will consume you if you let it.
Yeah.
And so I had to set like really strict boundaries. So if you're someone, maybe it's not social media and it's just your job in general, I think it's important that you do have those guardrails up and like boundaries in your life so that you can maintain that, work-life balance and you're not getting like super burnt out. So it's Monday. I'm at Starbucks sending emails. I really like reviewing analytics. I do this every morning where I just look at, the day before or the Friday before of just like, where are we at with views? Where are we at with, sales, Amazon, LTK? Like, where are we at with partnerships? Like, I like to get my feet on the ground of like where we're at.
When you're saying that, are you doing this by yourself? You're saying where are we at as if there's somebody else there?
Sorry. So I'm just as a team. Okay. So like I have 5 people that are on the Come Stay Awhile team. This review period that I'm doing at Starbucks in the morning is just me. Like I just like to have a pulse similar to how you'll like pull reports of like where did the clinic end for the day. Like I just like to know where I'm at with Come Stay Awhile. I checked in with my brand manager. We had an issue. So the Friday prior, I spent a lot of time recording content for a brand and it took pretty much my entire day. And then once we sent it over to the brand, there was like miscommunication. It wasn't really exactly what the brand was thinking they were going to be receiving. So that meant that yesterday I had to basically redo all of that content. So I lost my day Friday for the most part. And then I was also needing to squeeze that in this week, which I wasn't prepared for. So
in this specific instance, I think some of it fell on us or Come Stay a While as a group, but frequently this is probably the most annoying part of your job.
What do you mean?
I think when you have to reshoot, because usually it's a miscommunication on the brand side of things, or they said they wanted it this way, it was submitted. The group that you're working with likes it, but the higher ups don't get it.
Yeah.
And then they go, actually, no, I don't like that. And then you have to redo it, or you didn't say this word correctly, or you said this word and that's a stem of this word and we don't like that and we don't want that around our brand, which I get, they're protecting their brand, but that has got to be the most frustrating part of
It definitely is
job.
very frustrating because I can see it on both sides. I'm like very good in this industry of being like, I can see the brand's point of view on this, or I can see why Amazon did X, Y, and Z. Like if I were them, I would probably say this too. But the thing that I don't like is that they come to me because they enjoy me, my content, they value my audience, which I know the best. No brand is ever going to know my audience the way that I know them, the way that I present things to them. I also want things to feel very organic and natural. That's like number one priority to me. I never want to do anything that I'm going to lose the trust of the people.
Integrity.
Like there is no dollar amount that would be worth it for me to take a brand deal just for the money and risk losing the trust that I built with my audience. Like that's just never going to happen. And so it's frustrating when they come to me and they say like, you have creative control and like, these are the talking points and here's what we want you to do. But then when I come back to them, they're like, well, actually, can you say this, this, and this like this? And can you put this here? And can you do this here? It's like, well, did you hire me or did you hire like it's just different.
Yeah, it all of a sudden turns into like this scripted infomercial.
Yeah.
And it's like that's
and I tell them like, you guys, my goal, I want this to be successful for you.
Right.
Like I want to sell for you too. Like that's why you're paying me. I want you to want to book me again.
Right.
And so I just think sometimes I also get it though. Like they're paying a good chunk of money to work with me. And so if they're going to put the marketing money out, they want to make sure that it's meeting like their checklist. So like it is a fine line. But so I checked in with my manager. We only had like a few minutes to talk about it because at 10 a.m. on Mondays, I have my team meetings where all of my team gets on a call. And so I prepped for my team meeting. I ran my payroll, which I hate running payroll.
Dude, that's going to take you all of 15 seconds.
It takes about 37 seconds, but I hate it.
I run payroll at the clinic for pretty much I usually run it for 9 or 10 employees.
It's just an annoying little task, you know?
Whatever.
But so I prepped for my team meeting. I sent 3 potential podcast guest emails.
Oh.
I just like to always have those flowing. Just some things in the works is always really fun.
Did you tell me these?
Yeah.
You did?
I think so.
Oh, I can only think of one.
Oh, well, I'll tell you later. It's
Can't
a surprise.
wait.
So then I had my meeting at 10.
Did any of those respond?
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
Swing.
Sent it yesterday. I sent it yesterday.
That's all right. We got to shoot your shot.
Yeah. But so then I had my team meeting, which is probably like 30 minutes long-ish. And so I thought too, it would be cool. A lot of people always ask me like, do you have help? Or like, who is your team? Or like, what do they do? So I thought I would run through that too of like what each person on the team does and what their roles are and all of that.
Okay. Hit them.
So number 1, I have Josie. She's my everything. She's my content manager. That's like her official title. And she just helps the ship steadily sail. She helps me with blog posts, newsletter stuff. She's really good at sourcing. She edits all the podcast videos. She's kind of like my sounding board. She's in communication with my manager. She helps provide all the analytics back to the brands that we work with. Pretty much anything that you see, Josie has somehow had her hand in it or on it. And
Josie is God's gift to Come Stay Awhile.
She is. She really, really is.
Oh,
yeah,
hey girl.
She's over there. We could not do it without her. And I'm not just saying that stuff because she can hear me. She really is amazing. So then she's full-time. She's actually in Wyoming, which is really cool. I've actually never met her in person, which feels wild to me.
Yeah.
Like wild.
It's snowing there right now.
I know.
She informed me of this today.
Yeah, she's been on my team for two years, a little over 2 years.
That's really crazy because that was a stressful period because you lost your original content manager.
Yeah. And
it felt like an impossible role to hire for. And then Josie was birthed.
Josie came in. But yeah, so she's amazing. She's also kind of like our team lead. Like everybody kind of like goes to her for things. And it just seemed like for so much of it, I was just like the bottleneck of so many things that were like waiting in the queue for me to review or for me to go through. And so TJ very kindly helped me learn how to delegate things that just I don't need to be the final yes on that. Like, it's fine. I trust my team and like, it's fine.
That is one of the most important parts of a successful business.
I know.
Is learning. Delegation is an art, and many people limit their business growth by their inability to delegate.
Yeah. It's hard to do though, because it's like my little baby and I've worked so hard on it, and I don't expect people to love it to the level that I do.
You can never expect that.
But like, I want everything done at such a high standard, you know, that it's hard to find, or it's hard to let go of that and just know that it's going to get done at that level.
But a classic example is editing this podcast. You
Right.
were doing that. You handed it over to Josie. She does it better than you and faster than you.
Yep.
Classic.
Yeah. So then I have another full-time person. Her name is Lisa, and she's actually here at the house. And she is what we call our house manager. And she is basically in charge of everything house related. So she is, you know, there is so many packages and things that are constantly arriving at our house. Things that I'm working on for brands, I'm usually receiving product, you know, 1 to 3 months ahead of time. And so a lot of times that has to go somewhere. There's so much cardboard that is like around here of boxes and things that need to get put down. And before we had her being able to like do all that, it would just pile on the porch. Like
On the porch in our formal dining room area, it was just constant.
Yeah. And I know that it sounds like, oh, poor you, like you have all this free stuff.
But you literally need, in this job, you need like when you get to this size, you need an inventory manager.
Yeah.
Because you would go to do a post for a brand and it was like ripping through boxes trying to find the one thing.
Yeah.
And time was already tight and now you can't find it, or they shipped the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And now you've kind of mitigated a lot of those issues.
Yeah, she is amazing
By
with that.
delegating.
By delegating, yeah. So she will open things. We have different like categorized bins in this closet of like, these are things that came in. These are things that need to be returned. Like sometimes when I get things or I'm testing product or ordering things from Amazon, like they're just like not good quality or not things that I would ever share. So those go back. So she handles all the returns. She also just like manages our house. So she helps just keep things tidy, because what would happen is I would get so behind on things that there was just like crap everywhere. And then when I go to need to film in a space, I'm spending, 30 minutes to an hour, like moving stuff basically from one spot to another so that I can record. And now I just have like nothing has a place. So she just helps us stay organized, making sure things get back where they go. She helps like after a big project or just like as I'm going, like if I'm in the basement working on things and things need to go back up to the garage, like it is so helpful to just have that extra hand. Or if I need her to like, hey, can you come hold this for a second? Or like just having that is great. She also grocery shops for us. I had a really hard time, she does laundry for us. She like changes the bedding. She does all the maintenance with like furnace filters and just like things that I'm just like, I don't have time to like give any thought to.
Very much a personal assistant.
Yeah. And if I need like, dang it, I ran out of caulk. Like, can you run up to Ace Hardware and like get me this? She meal preps. So like we have like lunches that are ready. She makes dinner twice a week. And I will be totally honest with you. I had a really, really hard time accepting that I needed this position. It is probably the most valuable position to my life. I won't even just say to Come Stay Awhile, but like to our life, because we are both so busy. And the time that we do have with our kids, I want to spend fully present with them. And this position allows me to do that and to feel like I'm not constantly drowning.
Yeah, there's so many value adds that this position brings for us, but for me, the biggest value add is that at the end of the day, I come home and I sit down and I'm with my kids.
Yeah, I mean, just being like totally vulnerable, I feel like as a mom and like as a woman, like society, it's like my job is to be able to do those things. Like I should be able to make a home cooked meal for my family every day, and I should be able to do laundry, and I should be able to take my kids to school and pick them up from school, or to let them be home with me all day. And like that's the pressure that I feel from society. And so to admit, like that was hard for me. But once I took the step and was like, no, I do need help with this, it has been life-changing for me. And I have a couple of friends that I've talked to, and I saw one of them in Arizona, and she was like, Amanda, I heard everything you were saying about house manager, and I felt like I was needing one, and I hired someone to help us, and it's been life-changing. And she was like, I had the same like weird, like nobody's putting this like shame or guilt on you for not being able to do it except yourself.
Yeah.
Like who freaking cares? And so I would just want to tell people that are listening, if you're in this space where you're like, even if it's like you need someone to help you clean your house once a month. Like whatever that looks like that you need help with. And I realize like I don't want to sound like naive. I understand that like that costs money.
We understand the privilege that we have to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we are in that position, and it's okay to ask for help. Even if your help looks like, I was talking to a guy I was golfing with about this today, and it's just, even if your help is just, hey, can you come watch my kids for an hour?
Yeah.
Like, let somebody help you.
Yeah.
People want to help you.
Yeah.
Moms, especially. I feel like moms carry around this, I guess it's kind of mom guilt, but just whatever that stems from, of just they have to be the one to do those things 100% of the time. I think most of the time is okay as long as you're filling it with somebody else who's quality. If somebody else is going to bring you food for dinner when you just had a baby, let them bring you food.
Right.
If somebody wants to come and just hold your baby for an hour so that you can take a nap and just try and relax for a second, do it. Like, take them up on it.
Yeah, so that's just one thing that I've learned with her is it's just such a necessary thing. And she's such a unique person because I think she thinks ahead of me a little bit. Like, she watches my content calendar, and so if I have something that I'm filming that day or that's coming up, she makes sure that it's, you know, unboxed and like on the bathroom counter, or she gets it out from under the cabinet and puts it in the kitchen so that I remember, and just that kind of stuff. So then I have a brand manager who is Sabrina, who is like the most amazing person. I'm so thankful to
Another
have
chick
her.
that just fell in your lap.
I know.
Wild story.
Yeah, it is. We can go into that like maybe another time, but
Yeah.
God totally placed her in my path, and I needed a manager like her. She is such a hustler, like bulldog to the max, so smart, so good at negotiating. Like, she is who I want speaking on my behalf.
You want her in your corner.
Yeah, and so I'm just like really thankful to have her. So the first two, because I know that this was a question that I got in Arizona too. So the first two full-time people that I said, those are both on salary. And then Sabrina, she's like her own management company, Collide Talent, but it's kind of like a hybrid where it feels like she's in-house with me. So it's different than like previous management that I was with, but she just takes 15% of all the brand deals that she secures. So that's how she gets paid. And then I have two other part-time people. Megan, who's been with me for 2.5 years as well. Her and Josie started at the same time. She is part-time, and she is amazing she's like my fashion, beauty, like things that are trending. She keeps an eye on the sales. She's also like my analytics girl. She's super good at looking at trends and like details and pulling stats and analytics and all of that. So that's her role. And then I have Jill, who is also part-time, and she helps with all the Spruce My Space stuff. She's an architect, or not, architectural designer, one of the two, maybe both. But so she does part-time stuff for us too, to help with the Spruce My Space renderings and all of that. So all of us meet on Mondays.
So you all meet on Monday mornings, and this is all of you are together before lunchtime?
So we meet at 10.
10.
Virtual. 10 my time. Jill's in St. Louis. Megan's in Grand Blanc, which is here. And then Josie's in Wyoming. So yeah, 10 a.m. my time. And we go through like what the codes are for that week, all of like the links, the active, you know, I have this campaign Monday, this campaign Tuesday, like all of that stuff is scheduled out at least 1 to probably like 2 months-ish, solidly booked out. And so we go through all of that. This week we talked about Mother's Day content. What is our plan for that? What does the rollout of that look like? When do we want to start? When do we want to start sharing links?
Almost a Sydney Sweeney moment there.
What's the plan for that? And then Megan presents the analytics deck. So we have like a full, I think it's like 25 pages or something of just.
What?
Yeah. Have I ever shown you our deck?
No.
But we go through like what were the link clicks? What are people interested in? What are people buying? What is our sales for this?
So Megan is generating this every single week?
Yes.
That's awesome.
And she I swear I've sent it to you before.
Maybe you have. I just, some of the stuff, like, it's a little too much details for me on that.
Yeah, I mean,
like it. I just, it's kind of like ad spend stuff. Like,
yeah,
I start getting into the weeds too much, and I feel like I derail you all. Mm-hmm. And so I just don't get too involved.
Yeah, so like I have the deck pulled up. We go through like story views, link clicks, we go through Reels views, Reels comments, Reels shares, how many followers we've grown on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. We kind of look at all that.
Yeah.
We go through Spruce My Space stuff. We go through podcast stuff. We go through like what is our shipped revenue for Amazon. Like I'm in a special Amazon influencer program that I have, tiered structure system of how much I have to sell. So we go through all of that, what that looks like. Newsletter stuff, just kind of like all of it. Where are we at as a business? And
how long does this call last?
It's like 30 minutes.
Whoa.
20 to 30 minutes.
You guys cover some ground.
It's quick. I mean, I got to just like, where are we at? What are we doing? You good, you good, you good. Okay, bye.
That's some delegating right there.
I think we do a pretty good job.
Your girl's growing up.
Yeah. So then at 10:30, the meeting was over. I went over to Ace Hardware. I had to get a hammer drill. So I bought one of them.
A hammer drill.
Yeah, I needed
That
to.
sounds like two tools.
No, it's just one.
Hammer and a drill.
Hammer drill.
Hammer and a nail.
It kind of it's like for concrete and things like that.
Just what I thought.
Kind of hammers as it drills.
Yeah.
Really gets in there.
Yeah, I use those every day.
So I had to do that. And then I also was like, okay, wow, it's 10:30. I need to get on my stories because I can't just do all that stuff all day. That's the hard part, is that I have to have some sort of storyline going on in my stories so that I can roll out my other content.
You've got 1.7 million people to answer to.
Yeah. And I've
Not
got
just 5 team members.
No, but I got brands that I got to report to on these things that they pay me to share. And if I don't have anything else going on, then I can't share that stuff with them.
Sure.
Like if I only ever got on and shared products for people to buy,
boring,
or deals or whatever, I would have no audience.
Yuck.
You're so annoying. So then I hopped on my stories, started my content. I always like to try to get something up before lunch. And then when I got back here, it was like 10:45. And then this is where all the multitasking begins.
It hasn't begun yet?
I mean, maybe.
It feels like it started.
I literally, every single second of my day is filled with something, more like 2 or 3 things at one time. There's never a time that I'm just doing one thing. So I had that reel that I had to fix that was due for approval, and I needed that to be filmed and edited by like 4 p.m. Okay. How long do you think it normally takes me to edit one reel?
I don't know. The other day you told me you needed 10 minutes to edit something, and it was like an hour and a half later and you were still editing. So I really don't know, because sometimes you tell me 10 minutes and that's legit. And sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm just going to give her space. She said 10. Must be pretty frustrating because she knows that she told me 10.
Okay, so if I'm editing,
I'm gonna guess
for a reel.
Reel.
That day I was editing stories.
Oh, so you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Cool. We never talked about that.
No, we did not.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna guess a reel takes you 53 minutes.
I wish. It takes me at least 2 to 4, sometimes 6 if it's like a minute long, to edit a video from start to finish.
Did you say a number?
Hours.
Okay.
Sorry. Days.
2 to 4
to 6 hours. I would say 2 to 4 is average. And I would tell you, I'm fast. Like when I edit something, people are always like, you edit so fast. People have no idea how long it takes to make content.
This is the part that and this is why I don't get involved with this, because I think that you should delegate that.
No. That is the one thing I don't think I can ever delegate.
I'm not saying to you, Josie, don't worry. You already do. You've got
Josie
plenty on your
actually,
plate.
no.
Josie probably could do it.
Listen.
Okay.
Credit to me. Josie does edit some videos, just not my reels that I post. Does that make sense?
It feels like
Josie has dabbled.
It feels like that's like a small acceptance into that I might be saying something truthful.
No, I definitely
could delegate it out.
I have definitely delegated things like a project reveal. I have had such a vision for from the beginning. Clips that I'm recording, things I'm taking. I know what video clips are this and what's that I want to do that. But she has started editing other things.
So maybe
I am delegating some. Give me credit here.
I am giving you credit. I'm saying though, do you think that if we're able to find somebody to do it on a smaller scale, don't you think that that person then could evolve and be trained to do it at a larger scale?
No.
Got it. Roger that.
I don't have time to teach someone how to edit. I could just do it.
You say that, but you said that about this podcast. You said that about a lot of things with Come Stay Awhile. And I just keep challenging.
Come back in like a year and you can ask me again.
I know. Your boy knows. I'm going to tell you.
Okay. So at the same time, I knew, okay, it's already 11 a.m. and I have to film for this brand and edit this video by 4 p.m. That's priority. But I also have to go live with a different ad today. So I have to have content up between now and then so that I can go live with that, which is due by 6 p.m.
So in the middle of your editing, are you just like, I'm going to go quick record me putting makeup on or something?
Oh, well, yes, I am.
Okay.
So I filmed the content that I needed to do for that. So I changed clothes, went and recorded the content that I needed for that video. Then before I started editing the content, I reviewed some of the trial reels that I had posted from the day before. So trial reels you can post.
Oh, yeah.
Are videos that post only to your non-followers.
And what's the benefit in that? Because really we care about your followers.
We do. It is a great way to test videos. So pretty much every video that I post, there's like 3 or 4 versions of it that got posted the day before. And I'm watching, like they might have a different opening or a different text on the beginning, or there's a different sound, or one's a minute, one's 45 seconds, and one's 30 seconds. And whichever one does the best is the one that I push to my people.
Under the assumption that the people who don't follow you are a good predictor of what the people who do follow you will do.
Right.
Interesting.
Yes, because how the algorithm works, when you post something, even if it's to your followers, it's only showing it to a very small subset of people initially, gauging the reaction. If it's good, then it starts to expand and show to more and more people. That's why you see like a snowball effect when a video starts to go viral.
I would venture to say that of your 1.7 million followers on Instagram, 1.55 million of them had no idea about trial reels.
Probably. If you're
Maybe
a creator,
even,
you do. If you're not a creator, then you probably don't, because why would you?
But isn't that crazy? Like people always like how strong marketing is, like that there's so many tools out there that you use and marketing companies use that they're using on us right now that we don't even know about.
Yeah. It's also great because it's a marketing strategy for me that's free.
Yeah.
Because I could pay ad spend and promote to a new audience because I want my audience to be growing. I want to be bringing new people in. That's how I grow, how I make more money, how I be more successful. And I can just tell Instagram, hey, these videos in the past that have done super well, can you please just show those to people that don't follow me and maybe they'll want to join the community?
Yeah, it's like a free survey.
Yeah.
You get like free data, like hard data.
Yeah. So I reviewed that for a sec.
Instagram about to start charging us for those.
I reviewed that for a second, and then I pushed that one to my feed, shared that to my stories, so now I have more stories. So that bought me a little bit more time. I like to try to get something up every like couple hours. I want my bubble to keep popping up so that people are like, oh yeah, what's she up to? What's she up to? You know?
Yeah.
So then I started drilling the holes in the floor. I got all the content that I needed to edit for that video put into the editor. And I kind of got them like lined up of how I want them to be. I paused. I took the hammer drill, drilled the holes that I needed to drill and filmed that because I knew that that's what I was going to post on my stories in 2 hours from now.
Where are you drilling holes?
In the carpet.
In the carpet?
It goes like, there's a bracket for the hockey boards. It goes right into the concrete floor to help hold it up. Wow. So I did that.
That's wild.
Then while I sat and ate my lunch, which was like a handful of wheat thins and a peanut butter and jelly. We moving quick around here.
We literally talked about your diet and all that recently.
I don't have time.
You had PB&J wheat thins for lunch?
No.
We have somebody meal prepping for us and you're doing PB&J.
I had an Uncrustable and then I had some wheat thins dipped in chicken salad.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better.
Well, she's meal prepping on Mondays. So Mondays.
Yeah, that's true. Forgot, yeah.
Anyways, That's not her fault. That's my fault.
No, that's your fault.
Then I started editing it, realized that I needed a couple different clips, or I didn't like the angle of something, or I need a clip of this. So then I went and shot those. Got that all edited. And I actually did this one pretty quick. It took me about 2 hours. I sent it over to my brand manager for approval and chatted with her for like a brief second. She sent that over to the brand. Now it's 2 p.m. I need to hop back on my stories. And the videos that I took of me drilling the things into the floor were not good. So I was like, okay, well.
Like the angle wasn't good?
It just like didn't do much for me. It was just like, this is so stupid. I mean, just being honest, when I watched it, I was like, there's nothing interesting about this.
You could have posted just, ever heard of a hammer drill? And I've been like,
I mean, I did post a thing about a hammer drill. But so I was like, you know what? I'm going to figure out, I need to explain how I'm going to put up this glass for the boards. Because I actually needed to think through it as well. That was another thing on my to-do list, is that I had to measure, because on Wednesday, we're having all of our carpets cleaned down here. So the day that they're cleaning the carpets, I'm going to be cutting the plexiglass outside because I can't be down here. So I had to like work ahead for that.
Are you nervous about how this glass is being held up at all?
No, zero.
Okay.
I've really thought it through. If you watched my stories, you would know that I have a plan.
You said the strongest strong.
I did say that.
You said that. And so I repeat my question of, are you a little nervous about how this glass is being held up?
No.
Okay.
Not even at a little. I'll figure it out. I'm not worried.
It is the strongest strong.
I did say that.
I commented, do you like when people use the little comment thing on your stories? I said, the strongest strong, laughing face. Thank you.
I couldn't think of what I wanted to say.
Well, you said it.
Anyways.
It was really funny.
So I did that. And I took my measurements. I paused because Sabrina was texting me about 2 offers that she wanted to know if I wanted to take. So I paused for a second, talked to her about those 2 brands, said yes to one, told her to change some things about another. So then she goes back to the brand.
One good thing about Sabrina, I'd just like to add, she speaks at the pace that Eminem raps.
She does. And I comprehend at that level, and we just
and at the volume. So you definitely hear it, and it's fast. Very efficient.
I don't got time. Just what is it? This brand, this much, this. You want it or no?
Yeah. At first, I was like, how are you talking to this Sabrina chick so much? And then I heard Sabrina talk, and I go, oh, that's how.
Yeah.
She's so fast.
Yeah. So then I had to edit all of the footage that I took of explaining that. So I put that on my stories. At 2:30, there's another brand deal potentially for the bar area. Not the bar, but like next to it, there's going to be like a little seating area.
Oh, yeah, like a little booth.
Yeah, and so the booth, I was looking at the measurements for that. The booth that I like is not available until August. It's like a custom like fabric or whatever. Like you pick the fabric. Yeah, so I need to order that like today. So I had to do that, measure that. At 3 o'clock, I went through some product that had arrived, sorted like keep, need to film. These can be giveaways, whatever. Did some research for about 20 minutes on how to cut polycarbonate acrylic sheets because I've never done that. And
you didn't come ask me.
I need to know how to do that. At 4 o'clock, I usually am wrapping up my day at 4 o'clock because I have to leave at 4:30 to go get AJ. So I'm picking up stuff. I'm taking it up to the garage, having a snack, I'm just ravenous after a day of...
After 14 wheat thins and an Uncrustable.
Yeah. But I forgot all of a sudden. I never recorded Storyworth, which was due and had to go live by 6 p.m. So then I had to change, ran upstairs, recorded that really quick to get that posted for that brand, which is always like, you'd think it'd be really quick, but it's about a half-hour process because even just to get the content, and then it's probably another 20, 30 minutes of getting it edited and like getting the text on it and making sure all the hashtags. Like when I work with a brand, they give me a PDF that's probably 20 pages long, and it's like, here's our brand, here's what we do, here's all the things you can say, here's what you cannot say, here's the link you have to use, here's the hashtags, they have to be this big and blah, blah, blah. Like some brands are way more strict on these things than others. And so I'm reviewing all that because if any of it's wrong, a lot of the brands I work with, we do no approvals because it got to the point where a brand would want it 24 hours in advance, which a lot of brands ask for that. We just say no now. because I work in real time and I want things to be as authentic as they can. Like I can't for every brand, and anything that goes in my feed always needs approvals, which is fine. But that's really challenging to have to like record something that's going to go live tomorrow. So I have to think through like, am I going to wash my hair tonight? Like, can I have my hair down? Or like, is my hair going to be up because I need my hair up for tomorrow? It's just like, there's a lot of zigzagging going on. But thankfully I was able to just go live in real time. So I did all that. Then it's 4:30. I still hadn't cleaned up or anything. And so I just left the mess.
You're pretty good at that one.
Just left it everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, you've obviously had a very busy day.
Yeah. I went and got AJ from school. By 5 o'clock, we were back here. The second that he's home, he's full speed, wants to play hockey in the driveway. So I try when he gets home, phone away, fully present with him. So him and I played in the driveway. He kicked my butt in hockey.
Dude.
He's so good.
I know. He's getting like, he wants me to like stand in net.
No, he flung one and it
had,
hit me in the shin. I said, listen here.
Yeah.
We don't lift the puck when mom's playing.
I know.
I don't want it to hit my shins or my teeth or
you can't do that.
Any of that.
He's got to lift the puck.
No.
I encourage it.
Well, I just kept stepping away because I was like, I'm not about to.
Yeah, because he's using real pucks.
I know. So we played hockey. Then you got home at 5:30 with Jordan. We kept playing hockey. At 6 o'clock, we had dinner. We try to always like actually sit down for dinner with us. And I think it's really cute. We've been really good at asking the boys, like, who wants to pray? Like, we try to, like, I don't want it to be something, like, I didn't really pray or even out loud or any of that until, like, recently. Like, it's always just such an, like, uncomfortable thing. And I want our kids to grow up just, like, confident prayers.
Yeah, I do prayers with them every morning that I take them to school.
Yeah.
I do it, like, when we're getting off the highway.
And last night when we said, who wants to say prayers, they were, like, fighting over who got to go first. I was just like, this is so cool that they, like, want to pray so bad.
I think I would love for it to be that poetic, but I think it's more just if Jordan said he wants it first, then AJ wants it first.
I know, but they both
and
do
vice
it.
versa.
Like,
they
that's
do
impressive
both.
That a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old.
They do both say their prayers.
Yeah, it's just cool.
Which is the goal.
So we ate chicken bacon ranch quesadillas that were delicious. The boys really liked them. Lisa made them. And then by 6:20, we're back outside with more hockey.
More hockey. AJ and I just passed the puck back and forth for 45 minutes straight.
Yeah. Then at 7, it was time for bath and pajamas. 7:30 was like wind down time. They both, again, were playing hockey, this time with their little figurines on the floor. Like, literally, when we're not playing hockey, we're playing hockey. And when we're not playing hockey, we're playing hockey.
While hockey is on the TV.
Right. It's like constant. So, yeah, we were doing that. We were watching the Flyers game. And then they had popsicles. 8 o'clock is bedtime. I would say by like 8:30, they're asleep or on their way to asleep.
Close to it.
9 o'clock, I got ready for bed. I brushed my teeth. I did my skincare, which probably takes me 15 minutes-ish for all of that. I got in bed. I had texts from Sabrina because she works 24/7. And she said, I need you to send me this, and this. Can you send me these Amazon analytics that she needed for an email that she was responding to? So I quickly got all those, sent those to her. Responded to a couple emails because I was already in there. And then at 9:30, we watched our show, which we're watching Secrets We Keep on Netflix, which we just randomly picked. It was like blindfolded in the like recommended for you, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
pretty interesting. What I think is so funny though, and this is like classic men in their attention to detail.
I feel like I might be being attacked.
We were on episode 2, okay? The show is not American. I don't know what it is. I think she said it Denmark or something at one point. So whatever that language is. Okay. French. Actually, yeah, because
I think they're in France.
She said Denmark.
French. Oh, okay.
Whatever. Maybe they're speaking French. But it's very clearly that they are speaking a different language, and then there's like a dub over it where you are like
Squid Games.
You're hearing the English.
But it's much better than Squid Games dubs.
It must be. Because we watched a full 45-minute episode. And even like when they're texting, like it's showing up on the screen like in another language and there's like the captions, closed captioning, like subtitles at the bottom. Halfway through the second episode, he goes, I don't think they're speaking English. I'm like, you're just now picking up on this. I said, TJ, I literally asked you yesterday. I said, is this going to bother you? And he was like, I didn't know what you were talking about. And I just said, no.
Josie says it's Danish.
Danish.
Okay. It was one of those things that I thought in the first episode, but our speakers on our TVs have been off sometimes. And so I'm like, these freaking speakers.
I will give it to you, though. Sometimes it does look like they're speaking English.
Yeah.
I have thought that.
But I was pretty convinced on the first episode. And then the second one, I was like, all right, come on. Yeah. Our speakers are not this bad.
But it's a pretty good, I mean, we're only on the third episode?
Yeah.
Do we watch
going on to the
I think we're going on to the third.
I will say the episode lengths are perfect because I don't fall asleep mostly. Mostly, I said. But I'm into it. I'm not like these freaking shows that are a movie length episode, they are not built for me. And you want to start them at like 9:30 at night.
Yeah.
I want to stop watching TV in our room though.
Yeah.
I should say that.
Oh, I like watching it in our room.
I don't.
But then at 10:30 I went to sleep. And that was my entire day. And that is a pretty good depiction of what every day looks like. And I'm never like, oh, I caught up. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I can understand why you're tired at night.
And then the weekend comes and I'm like, woohoo, no work. And then Monday I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about all this stuff. Like even right now, like Sabrina's texting me.
Sab.
It's just hard though, because like I'm doing all that, but then in the middle of it, like I'm getting like texts from like both of our kids' schools of just like, don't forget that tomorrow's like wear a pink hat day. And I'm just like, I'm not going to remember that. And then Sabrina's texting me and then like people on my team need me. It's just, I'm just needed, which is a great thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Jordan's school does text a lot.
I need more. I don't have any wiggle room in my day. So that's why when something doesn't go according to plan, I have a really hard time recovering.
Okay, so we had questions submitted a few weeks ago, and I was just scrolling some of them to see how they pertain to this conversation. And this one says, being an influencer seems hard. I agree. Definitely after this conversation. I knew that before, but I think you hammered that point home. Do you ever feel like quitting?
No. I would say there are days that I feel it's a two-part answer, I guess, because there are days that I want to quit, but I don't want to quit because it's hard. Does that make sense? The days that I want to quit are the days that it's really hard to have a job that your analytics in basically like how well you showed up as yourself performed. That takes a mental toll on me. Like if I show up and I'm really proud of the content that I put out that week, but my story views are horrible and like brands are upset because we didn't meet their ROI and like all this stuff, I'm just like, I don't have anything more to give. Like I'm doing my best, and like that constant feeling of you will never be good enough, you will never be enough, that feeling sometimes makes me want to quit. Imposter syndrome is super real. There's never a period ever, I don't believe, that you hit that you're like, oh, I'm good now. Like, I think you're constantly like, I could do better. I should be doing better. She's doing so much better. And like that comparison.
But the only one really moving the bar is you.
Oh, 100%. And everybody feels the same way. And that's why I think community is so important in this and why my DIY friends mean so much. Because I can just very easily be like, guys, our story view is bad for everyone. And everyone's like, yes, they're so bad today. And then it validates me that like, it's not me. It's just Instagram or like whatever. But you really can only take that so much for so long before you're like, I cannot physically do this anymore. It's so mentally draining. And then to have to be like, hey, brand who paid me X amount of money, here's some stats that I'm not like super proud of, but I did my best. Like they don't care about that I did my best. Yeah. They care about I paid you this much and we got this much back. We need to hit a certain, KPI. Like,
thanks for paying me. See you next time.
But I'm not going to see them next time.
I know.
And that's hard.
I know. That is really hard.
That's
a challenge. I think that you are definitely your biggest critic and you need to be gentler on yourself for sure.
Oh, I 100% believe that.
Yeah. because you're very good at what you do. What did I sent you a message, I think yesterday. I was like, you're so good at what you do. What was I?
When I sent you the content.
Yeah, when you had to remake the video, I was like, because when you were explaining what they wanted in that video, I was like, dude, I don't know how you can even do that. And then you send me this video, and I'm just like, what a genius.
Nailed it. I know Sabrina was like, you're amazing. I was like, I know.
I know, but the whole like, I'm going to say the word failure. It wasn't a failure, but in the brand's view or what they were expecting, it was not what they wanted.
Right.
Not your fault. Video. Right. But it was an amazing video. And they were like, no, don't like it. That knocked you down so briefly. And the ability, I think that's just an entrepreneur. This is my business. I'm going to fix it. Go getter attitude you have is just like, flip the switch. Okay, I'm done being upset about that, and I'm going to make something even more amazing.
There's just no time. That's the other thing, because this was contracted for April, and so if it doesn't go live in April, we might lose it.
Right.
Because brands, like, it has to be billed in certain times, and so it's freaking, the last week of April. We only have a few more days. If I don't get this to them so that they can do their approval process and get it back to me, we're in May, and I might lose the deal.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was the fourth quarter and time was clicking down.
Yeah.
Like you had no time and you performed in the moment. I mean,
and guess
it was
what?
Really good.
The brand responded. They love it.
Loved it.
Loved it.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
That's your girl.
Yeah. If you're watching this podcast now, because the video is going to go live before this, but it was the perfect bar video. So if you didn't go give that love, please do.
Yeah. Great video.
Yeah.
Very proud of you.
Anyways.
If you didn't do your current job, what would you do?
I think I would still be in social media. I love growing people's businesses and their brands and all that. Like, I would love to do like consulting.
You would be an amazing social media, brand marketing, interactive media consultant.
Yeah, I would love that now. If that question is like, if you never did this, what would you be doing? I would probably still be doing what I did before, which was web design and development. I think that I would have, if it wasn't Come Stay Awhile, I still think I would have the desire to have something of my own.
Yes.
So I don't know what that would be.
Yeah.
If it would be like my own design agency, or like I really like event planning. Like if I started something like that, something creative.
I think you would have found something that would have been more creative every day compared to what you were doing.
Yeah.
What you were doing was great for the time, but I think that
I would have outgrown that position for sure.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, that was fun.
That's a day in the life. Maybe like in a couple months or something, we'll do another day in the life, because every day of mine looks so different.
For sure.
And I think that would be fun. But I hope that was interesting to you guys. There's so many different avenues and doors we could go down of things within my realm. And so if there's other things that you were like, oh, tell me more about that, or I want to hear more about brands, or I want to hear more about whatever, we try to guide our topics to things that you guys are liking and wanting to hear. So if any of that sparks interest to you, leave a comment. We do read every single one of them.
Yeah, we do.
And we take your feedback very serious.
Yeah, so give us a like, give us a subscribe on
Follow
Spotify
us.
Or wherever you listen to your podcast. And I wanted to tell people I finished book number 1 for the year.
Nice.
Notes on Being a Man. Highly recommend it. On to Wild at Heart.
Okay.
Because of your guys' recommendations.
Yeah.
So
cool. All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
Next time.